Hello and welcome to this podcast edition of Sam's Alternatives with me, Sam. Episode 26, I'll be chatting to Bo, Trots, and also Tyler from, of course, Queensland metal band Diskust. Thought I'd just jump on a moment early because there's a lot of new music that has dropped. Crooked Royals, Fangs, also Stone Lions, Red Temples, Bad, Juju, Gaslight, Variant, The Comfort, Ironstone, New Age, Brooklyn Comic, Big Alcatraz. So much new music dropped. Not funny. Also, interviews coming up. Vault Hill, Alpha Cult. We've got Neil and Dane from OCD. We've got Neville from Snake Mountain. Rise from Ashes, Grim, Dead Empire, among others that are about to be announced. Of course, Crave is the awesome band, of course, from Queensland. Now, a bit about them, because Crave did fill in for Jace on Disgust. I just think Crave, if you haven't checked them out, check them out, because we'll probably be talking about that gig that Sienna from Crave did join on stage with Disgust. Of course, Bo and Trots are, of course, in the lobby, so I better let them in and let's start this interview and get this underway, as they say. Afternoon, Trots. Afternoon, Tyler and Bo.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Bloody good, mate. Bloody
Yes.
good.
Oh, first time interviewing this band. Nah, just kidding. People who have
No.
listened to the audio
Sure.
podcast know that's obviously an in-house joke, because these three guys have been on, I think, more interviews than any other band combined, because Trots has been on, this is number 4, Bo's been on 3, and now Tyler's been on 3. So what's that? 10 combined. It's a pretty good effort.
There's always something new to talk about, Sam.
There is. But, yeah, no.
Gotta keep the peeps updated, mate.
Oh, yes, because for those that don't know, of course, Disgust, apart from Kyle, get it right, Sam, everyone else lives in Queensland, except Kyle, who lives in Geelong, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, you're on mute, I see, Tyler and Bo.
Yeah, I was going to say, these boys are very quiet.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, no, there we are.
Oh, there we
go.
Oh, no, we don't want to mute Tyler and Bo. That'd be really rude, wouldn't it? Shit. Afternoon, Tyler and Bo.
G'day. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks. Good to see you again over WebEx. Something different from last time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How is it up in Queensland? It's pretty nice down here in Warragul for a winter's day.
Yeah, it's a cracker day, yeah.
Yeah, cracker day up here.
For those that don't know, of course, Trots, or Michael, sorry, I should actually call you by a professional name. I just know him as Trots. Tyler and Bo, of course, Disgust. Tyler and Trots are also in Awake in Time as well. But no, the joke earlier on, obviously these guys have been on my podcast many times, and probably, if not the biggest supporter of the podcast, been the top 2 at the moment, I reckon.
Yeah, no, we love what you do, mate, and get behind you 100%.
Well, I'm always supporting Disgust. I love these guys. Jason, Kyle as well, obviously. I've known these guys for nearly 4 years. I think it's 4 years in August, I believe. So that's actually flown really quickly. And funny story about how I met Disgust. Trots was trying to track me down at Stay Gold at their first gig at Stay Gold, and he's like, "Sam, where are you?" And then I walk out, and he's like, "Oh, there's Sam."
Yeah. Yeah, that was I remember that show. We played with Furious George. Who else played? Actually, Furious George, Awake played, Disgust played. Was there one more band?
Who was it? Natham? Was it? No.
Sorry to that band. I can't remember. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure they were good.
But yeah, Furious definitely played it, and I know Awake certainly played it. I've just gone blank who the other bands were. Sorry to anyone that's watching this that was at that gig and knows the other two bands that Sam obviously doesn't know.
It was quite some time ago then. We should.
4 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, well, doesn't feel like 4 years ago because you seem to be in Melbourne quite a bit and you're back down in Geelong in September for Drencher, of course.
Yeah.
That's right. We are too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually forgot about that. Yeah.
There we are. No, really want to that one.
You
Yeah,
boys need to get in the camera better.
I can see him fine.
Oh, can you? I can only get a
Why? What's
bit
wrong?
You know, open your eyes, Trot.
no.
What's
Maybe
wrong?
it's because I'm just off a phone. So.
Well, I can see everyone perfectly.
Right.
Lovely. As long as you can see.
Unless you want to just block me out and just have a three-way conversation between you three, and then I'll just do the audio.
No. It's okay. It's all good.
Can you see
I
it?
see him.
I can see both
Correct.
Tyler and Bo fine and Trots as well.
No,
so-
it's probably just my little fucking
That's
screen. So it's all good.
Well, as long as we don't,
Continue.
as long as we don't hear my audio for 5 minutes and not see my face like last episode, I don't know what happened there. That was a bit embarrassing.
Us all right?
Sorry, what was that?
Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, sorry, I can hear you all right. Yes, I can hear all three fine. So yeah, it's. But no, it's awesome to have Diskust on. And of course, lots happening. You got a couple of shows next weekend in Ipswich, and also, where is my notes when I need them? Ipswich on the 12th, and then Fortitude Valley on the 11th, with a couple of favourite bands of mine in Whisperhead and Total Buzzkill, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're really excited for them. Total Buzzkill, they're killing it right now. We absolutely love them. Love those boys. And of course, Whisperhead, I think it's their first time up here.
No, they've been up here before.
They have?
Yeah.
Second, okay.
They were up here a couple of years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll bring them up. They're great guys too, so yeah, love them.
And Total Buzzkill are actually coming back to Melbourne very soon because they're playing with Stepson on their 10-year anniversary of Stepson, which is hard to believe that's been 10 years since they started.
That's cool.
So-
Yeah.
Their album's killer. Start of Something Beautiful. I love that
Oh,
album
such
from
a good
start to
album.
finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they've done very well with that album.
And good blokes too. I have nothing but
Yeah.
nice things to say about Total Buzzkill guys.
Great guys. Great guys. Great band.
And I was talking to Will a few weeks ago, and I didn't actually realise that they had been working with Chris Zagas and Guy Veers from Heist, because their last two clips, like I was looking at them and going, this is very Heists orientated video clips, and Will's like, yeah, we used Chris and Guy from Heist, so you can see why it's very similar to their video clips. Not copywriting it, but a lot of the stuff Total Buzzkill did with Wolves and Empty Words, you can sort of see a bit of resemblance to Heists, which are another awesome band from Sydney, obviously.
I think all these like video guys get, they've all got their own little way of doing things. It's just like, for example, like a tattoo artist or something like that. They've got their own sort of style. I think it's the same with a video. Like Alex from Emerge. He seems to have his little style, the way he does videos. So, and you can see it progressively across. If you get that person, you're going to get that sort of style. You get this person, you get something different. It's the same when, like, you edit or mix music or anything like that. You get the same this mix from this person, you get this mix from another person. Like, they've all got their own little flavors, mate.
Mm. And there are some absolute gems in Australia that are doing video clips. Like, I think we've got some of the best here, honestly, at the moment. And it's awesome to see just in so many ways Australia are doing so well in the music scene because we're killing it at the moment. I could list off 20 bands that I think that could be the next big thing here in Australia, and I've probably missed some along the way.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure.
Yeah, take your pick. I mean, you could throw a stone and get a band that could make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And to Queensland, I don't know what's in the waters up in Queensland at the moment, but there's something up there that's producing some awesome music. I mean, obviously, yeah, Stepson have done it for years. Diskust, you got Awake in Time, Revoid, Zuko. There's any number of bands killing it up there at the moment, which is awesome to see.
Mm.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, cheers, dude.
We're just keep up with the Wake in Time, really. I mean, they put out killer songs, and then all the rest of us sort of catch up, you know.
It's funny because 2 of the 4 in this conversation are the only 2 that aren't in Awake in Time, and well, I'm not even in a band, so that's I'm the odd one out. The only person in this interview that has never actually played an instrument or played in a band, and probably never will.
What would you play, Sam, if you were going to play one?
Drums.
Drum. Oh, hardest one of all of them.
I just like making a lot of noise. I just love that idea of bashing drums and cymbals. But I don't like the part of you have to keep with the song or to keep with the music. You're the one in that area where it's like you got to keep the beat. I'm shit at that. So I'll leave Trots to do that.
No, mate, I can't even do it half the time.
The words right out of our mouths, Trot.
Actually, I probably should have. I just swore there without even realising, but I think these guys know by now I don't give a fuck about swearing on podcasts.
Yeah, no, you're safe, mate.
Yes. Nah, but I was looking back, it's nearly 12 months since our last interview, which that doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Just me. It was me and Trot last time, eh?
I think so. I should have gone back actually.
Pretty sure.
And I think that was after Meteorite and before Scapegoat, I think. I could be wrong.
Before Scapegoat.
Yeah.
Before Scapegoat.
Yeah.
Because Scapegoat was late last year. It was like October 25. I think that's the wrong date, but it was sometime in October.
We're not up to October 25 yet, mate.
Oh, no. The way this year's going, it'll be October 1 before we know it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it has gotten away quick, hasn't it?
It has. I mean, 7 months have been doing this, and it's like, it can't be 7 months since I did my first episode, and bugging me dead, it is.
Yeah, time flies, mate.
Yeah. But I'm loving this format. I'm loving chatting to bands, both that have been on before and bands that obviously have not been on, like Revenant. Of course, Connor joined back in February, and love that band too, which I forgot to mention in the best Queensland bands. Whoops. Sorry, Connor, if you're listening.
Yeah, well, all those guys are really good friends of ours. We love every chance we get to play with those guys and hang out with them.
And I love their new song that they dropped. That was only a couple of weeks ago, Waste Away. Maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah. It was last Friday, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
We've actually got
Friday that just went, but the Friday before that, yeah.
Well, Sam's wrong with his dates. Must have found some other band that sounded like Revenant that dropped a similar song that obviously was 3 weeks ago, but Waste Away was not. So
we've actually got Connor helping us out for these next 2 shows. He's going to be playing bass. Yeah, sorry. For the next 2 shows. So yeah, no, he's an absolute legend. So helping out with while Jace is in recovery.
Just on
Jace,
how is the recovery going?
He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
He just needs a little bit more time just to sort of square everything out, but then he'll be back.
Because speaking of people filling in, of course, Sienna from Crave jumped up for your last show, and I mean Crave, another amazing band. Yeah, and I heard she killed it. Not that I was at the gig, but
big props to her. She had 5 days to learn the set and then get up and play it, and she absolutely fucking killed it.
Take me.
And we said wear a mask if you don't want to. And she's like, no, wear a mask. And she had like was it one of your old ones or one of the ones we found?
Yeah, one of the ones.
It just didn't fit her right. So she's trying to like tie her hair into it to keep it up. And it's always going to fall off. So she did well, but yeah, she did really well.
Yes, for those that don't know, Diskust do wear masks. And yeah, I don't have an issue. I think it makes it better, actually. Not that I don't want to see the faces of the 5 members. That wasn't what I was implying. More than...
Always fun for me.
Sick of seeing their face.
Keep it together, Sam. Shit, we're not even 10 minutes in and you're already doing stupid shit. Anyway. And also the other thing, when it was audio, we could do whatever we wanted. Not that I was doing anything inappropriate. That wasn't what I was implying. Now it's over WebEx. We can't really get away with doing naughty shit. Unless I turn my camera off, but that would be pretty irresponsible, if that's the word I was looking for.
Would be very irresponsible.
No.
Yeah, so a lot has been happening with Diskust. Of course, Bo and Tyler also jumped on Two Dudes Talk Music podcast that, if people haven't checked out, is up on YouTube. Cool guys they are.
Yeah, really good dudes. That was a good game.
And not trying to give too much away, but I got a lot out of that interview that there's a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to with Diskust.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
But I won't get you to breach any rules and say what's happening in the next 12 months because I don't want to get you guys into trouble.
No, I think
No.
we'll be all right.
Yeah, we can
Ask
talk
away.
Well, there is a question in the interview about what does 2025 hold in store for Diskust, so that sort of might answer a few of the questions we want to know, obviously.
Well, we're working on an EP.
Yep.
7 track.
I think it's about 7 songs.
7 song EP. We're just finishing up recording bass now. A few touches on vocals, and then we send it away to get mixed and mastered, and chuck a few clips out, and I reckon a couple of months, maybe couple of them.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months, hopefully.
Mm.
We'll start looking at starting to release some stuff from that, and then hopefully, before the end of the year, the whole thing will be out.
Yeah.
Because what are we in? We're in July now. Shit, only months to be here in the music world. When you're doing that, it goes like that.
Yeah, so quick.
With shows and tours and stuff, we're just hunkered down doing this EP and saving our pretty pennies. It's an expensive game.
Yes, I can imagine it would be. Producing, mixing, getting an EP released, album, singles, video clips. Yeah, it's not a cheap game, as they say.
No, well, as every other local metal band in Australia would know, there's no money in it. So we're diving deep into our own pockets to get this done. And shit's not cheap, but we're getting it. We're getting it done.
Yes, leave Spotify.
It will be worth the wait.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely worth the wait.
Yeah, this is like next level. Discuss next level. It's really cool.
Because I don't know if Scapegoat, Never Have I Ever, Meteorite are going to feature on the EP, and you don't have to answer that, obviously. No. Okay, so they're standalone singles, obviously. Yep.
All new tracks. It'll be all new tracks.
That's even more exciting. I love when an EP is all new tracks, no singles.
Yeah.
From that have been previously released, should I add, because I think that adds more dynamic, it adds more excitement to the EP.
Yeah. We were sort of in talks of like having it as a full album, and there'd be 7 or 8 new songs, and then we'd have Scapegoat, Meteorite. But I think we sort of come to the decision where those songs have been out for quite a while now. Better to just do 7-track EP, everything fresh.
Because Dark Place, I think, was 7 or 8 tracks, or 7 plus the intro, I think.
7 and an intro, yeah, I think it is, or something, yeah.
Mm. I actually went back and listened to that EP today, as I do with all bands I interview. Always listen to the stuff up till Scapegoat, and I just forgot how good A Dark Place is, because it sort of brought me back to how I discovered Diskust, and
Yeah.
I think when I heard like Chronic and Burning Alive, I was just like, this is something Australia needs. You know, we've got the new metal bands, we've got the pop punk bands, we've got the metal bands. We need something outside of those bands like a Northlane or a Polaris that will keep people guessing on what's going to happen next.
I think those two songs really break that EP up nicely. Like, Burning Alive is like one of them songs, like it's sort of in between. Actually, where does it list in the EP?
6,
really sure.
7?
But it's like a, yeah, it's like a track where you're not ready for it. If you you listen to the other songs and then you hear that, you're like, oh yeah, that is the same band. That actually sounds sick. That's one of my favorite songs still, Burning Alive.
I think Chronic is the song that grabs me because it's different in the way it starts. Because if you, as Trot said, with the rest of the album and with Burning Alive, how different it is to, say, songs like Resurfaced or, Cutthroat, those songs.
Yeah.
I feel like Chronic's that song that is just different on so many levels to any Diskust song, really.
Yeah, it's a cool song.
Yeah, it's still in the set, so
Yeah,
we still enjoy it.
No.
Because we like to see Wall of Deaths.
Wall of Deaths.
Yeah.
Wall of Deaths. It's not a gig without a Wall of Death or a two-step.
It's like a song you wouldn't think would initiate a Wall of Death, but it does. So, yeah, it's cool.
But if you haven't been to a Diskust show, get down to Drencher, or if you're in Queensland, obviously. 2 shows in 2 days in Ipswich and Fortitude Valley.
Yeah, and if you're thinking of coming to Brisbane, there's only a few tickets left.
That's right.
So get on it.
Yep. And I'm hoping by some miracle I can get to Drencher, hopefully. Geelong's not that far from Warragul, really.
Hey, we're coming from Queensland, mate. Come on.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, yeah, all right, okay. You got me there. 2 states away compared to 2.5 hours. Yeah, you got me covered, all right. Or however far Geelong is. I think it's only, probably 2.5 hours from Warragul, if that.
Yeah.
Just got to get through Melbourne, which is never fun, but...
Yeah.
No, 6th of September, I think I've got the date right.
Yeah, 6th of September on a Saturday at the Barwon Club in Geelong. Love that venue. Great place.
Yeah, some big names have played at Barwon Club, both Australian and international, I've heard.
Yeah, a lot of bands go through there, which is great for them.
And good to see Geelong getting some gigs. I mean, Melbourne, I love Melbourne, don't get me wrong, but it's good to see the regional cities getting gigs like Geelong, Bendigo, Ballarat, Albury even. Oh, all right. Well, Trots, Tyler, Bo, you know the gist of these interviews. We've done them plenty of times. So I asked Trots, Tyler and Bo a bunch of questions, and then at the end, the fun part, the floor gets given to Diskust, and they asked me a hard-hitting question.
Yeah, look forward to it.
And nothing's off topic or off limits, which might be something I might regret in about an hour's time.
You'd be right, mate.
And this episode will be uploaded tomorrow morning and then the Spotify playlist with quite a few Diskust songs. I think Chronic is actually one of those songs. I know Meteorite, Scapegoat, and Never Have I Ever on there. I'm trying to think what the 4th one was. I think it was Chronic, maybe.
No, never?
No, Okay, I need to look back through my phone. Or maybe just put 5 in. Make it around 5 songs.
Nah, just play them all, mate. Just play them all.
Play them all.
Just play them all.
It's like a lot of songs. It's like 15. All right, so we've sort of touched on it a bit already with the EP and what's happening and playing shows, but what has Diskust been up to since we last spoke?
Lots.
Yeah, we've been playing a few shows here and there. Getting around, but mainly like we've been putting a lot of focus just in on this EP. That's been the main goal for quite a while. But obviously we've had a few little setbacks and whatnot, and organising to do drums and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just hard in this day with everyone's really busy, and you got band life on top of that and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we played a few shows. I'm literally trying to think of the shows. We just finished up playing the show with Valhalla, however you pronounce it.
Yep.
I think that's right. That was fucking unreal. That was really good. We played with Crave.
Revoid.
Revoid, that's it. Just 4-band lineup. That was sick. It was good to see the Crowbar and Brizzy all packed out again. Obviously they've just taken over the zoo.
Yep.
Thank you, Crowbar. So, and then before that, what did we have before that, lads? I can't remember now.
We played in Byron.
Yeah. Played Byron Bay. That was cool.
Insect, violent conflict.
Violent Conflict with Ed. Violent Conflict are playing us next weekend too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, they are.
Yeah. And just pushing on ahead. Yeah, well, like obviously, to our fans out there, you might not see a lot of action in the Diskust camp, but we can reassure you that there's plenty going on in the background, and we will be having a big end to the we will have a lot to come out towards the end of the year. So it's going to be a new look for us as well. There'll be new music videos, a couple of singles, new songs. So there's plenty happening in the background still.
So EP out, we're going to be like dogs of shows, like just attacking everything. Just attacking everywhere.
We'll definitely be on the road again, like we were last Scapegoat tour.
Because a lot of people have missed us and they keep messaging us, and we're like, no, we know, we're coming. Trust.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I can't believe that Scapegoat tour, that was last year. It only feels like 2 months ago it was. But
yeah, freaking hanging to get back on the road, eh?
Yeah, we hit it hard with Scapegoat. We went to Perth, our first time in Perth. That was at the end of the year. Great. It was great place, Perth.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, with all this filth.
Yeah,
a great band from over there.
Yeah.
We did Perth and Melbourne was the last weekend we did, and then we sort of went Christmas and heads down, ass up into EP. So.
I remember Kyle saying to me, or someone from Diskust said to me, I'll see you on the Saturday. He's like, oh, you're not coming to Perth. I'm like, no. And he goes, why not? I'm like, I've got an ocean sleeper in Gippsland. He's like, oh, come to Perth. I'm like, what?
No, that's right. Yeah.
I remember after that Diskust show, I was fucked though, because I had no sleep the Friday night, because I didn't leave Ocean Sleep until 1. And then I had an interview the Saturday morning on WebEx. Then I had Diskust show. And I just remember the Saturday night, I'm just like, oh, fuck. What have I done to myself?
Takes it. Yeah, mate.
Yeah. But no. Both gigs were amazing. I didn't get back to my brother's till 3 a.m. after the Diskust show. So
I remember we were sitting in the bar and we were talking with the Loner Boys and that. And it was like, I think Because we were pretty knackered too. I think obviously flying from Perth and big night before, and I think our energy levels were pretty on par.
Yep. No, that was a great show at Bendigo Hotel. Now, funnily enough, Bendigo Hotel, like Crowbar, or Zoo, sorry, should I say. Crowbar bought the Zoo. Bendigo Hotel closed, but obviously reopened September last year, I think it was, after a few months closure.
Yeah, thankfully, because that's a good venue.
I love Bendy. Everyone's like, I'm going to the Bendigo Hotel. I'm like, they say, are you going to Bendigo? I'm like, no, there's a Bendigo Hotel in Melbourne, in Richmond, Collingwood, whatever suburb it is.
Mm.
And they're like, it's a long way to go for a gig. I'm like, it's in Melbourne for the 50 billionth time.
It's a bit confusing, though.
It is, yeah.
Bendigo's so far away. And then there's Bendigo Hotel.
But, I'm trying to think if there's any other venues in Melbourne that are classed as wrong, like a name where it's not actually in Melbourne, it's in another part of Victoria. But I think Bendigo Hotel's the only one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
But if you say
if
you say Bendy, most people are like, oh, Bendigo Hotel. And but if you say the Bendigo Hotel, they're like, yeah, Bendigo. I'm like, no. No, but that was a great lineup. Loner, All Monsters Are Human, Diskust, Deadweight. I've missed someone again. Was that Furious? No.
No, not Furious. No, it was just Loner.
It was Get Wrecked.
Get Wrecked.
Oh, Get Wrecked. Yep.
Yeah.
The lads from Geelong, and obviously Loner. They were awesome. All Monsters Are Human are starting to...
Oh, and was it Huntsman as well?
No, that was the time before.
Oh shit, was it? Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was Huntsman, Outer Worlds, Diskust, and I've gone blank. Who the other band was?
Rise again.
Rise from Ashes.
Rise from Ashes. Yeah.
Gee, Sam's brain's not going too well on a Sunday afternoon. It's just gone.
Oh, good, man. Good.
But no, that was a sick show at the Bendy. And also, for those that don't know, that was actually Mullane's last show with Deadweight 80 before Shannon joined the band.
Yeah, that's right. It was too.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a big party for him that night.
I remember I was out in the beer garden when Kyle and me were talking about something about what the name for this podcast was going to be, and Horny's Corner or something came up.
It was Horner's Face.
It would get more attraction, I think, than Sam's Alternative. Sam's Alternatives just sounds plain and just like it's off the back of a, I don't know, DVD cover or something you'd find on Spotify. That's what it is. But yeah.
Good times.
Good times. What does 2020... again, it's sort of been answered already, but what does 2025 hold in store for Diskust, if we haven't mentioned anything yet?
Yeah, well, we've pretty much covered off on everything, but yeah, everything is going to be new. All the releases, like we said, the new EP, it's all new tracks. Not too many shows booked. We've only got 3 shows booked at the moment, which is the Brisbane and Ipswich next weekend, and then Drencher Fest in Geelong in September. Like Trotter was touching on, there's going to be a new look, so we're sort of revamping our look. Still will be wearing the masks and whatnot, but it'll be all new masks and stage presence and whatnot. And then, once the EP finally drops, it'll just be balls to the wall on the road, getting everywhere that we can.
And that's the way to do it. If a new EP or album drops, just promote it, get onto it, even though touring does cost a lot of money, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A shitload.
and that'll probably take us right into the get to 2026 as well. So,
which we have new music for.
yes, we've already got new music beyond the new music that's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, far out.
Yeah.
And once that drops and we tour for that, it'll be straight back to pretty much rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of exciting times to look forward to with Diskust, it sounds like.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Mm. So if you haven't discovered Diskust yet, check them out because you're missing out on a lot. And yes, Diskust, probably in my top 5 favourite Australian bands at the moment outside of the big names. So, sorry, Alpha and Parkway and Red Hawk and Ocean Sleeper. My top 5 favourite bands easily outside of the big names as mentioned there because they're awesome, don't get me wrong, and if any of them are watching, I'm not having a go at you, but your presence around the world has been huge for those bands, man. Alpha Wolf have blown up easily, probably more than anyone in the last 12 months. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, even looking at a band like Speed and Polaris, North Lane, they're just making waves, and it's awesome to see because there are so many good bands, as mentioned earlier, that are actually touring overseas and playing sold-out shows to Europe and the US. And
Yeah.
my camera's gone off, which isn't good. Okay, what's happened here? Oi. Okay, we're going to have Sam's audio. Why did my camera turn off? Okay, this is an issue. Just give me a second while we see what's happened. What the hell? Video settings, what's this? Yeah, that's my camera. So why aren't you turned on? Oh, this is unprofessional. Instigated. Yeah, so where am I? No, it's not liking me for some reason. Start video. Integrated camera. Oh, there we go. All right,
Hey.
I'm back. I have no idea what just happened there. So if you only see Trots, Bo, and Tyler for like a minute, it's because my camera decided to turn itself off for some stupid reason. But then again, you'll hear the audio, but you won't see my face, which is probably a good thing.
Oh.
that was a bit harsh against myself, wasn't it? Banter. What has the response been like for Scapegoat?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah. People got it, straight away. Got right into it. Yeah, they absolutely loved it. So
yeah, it was a song that we weren't going to release. It was actually on the back burner for ages. I recorded drums for that. Like, they would have been sitting there for a couple of years. Those drum recordings before we actually decided to release it because like we did it, had the song out, or we sort of had the song demoed and did nothing with it really. Just I don't know, we got busy doing other things and whatnot, and we actually released obviously Meteorite and Nether, and we released Scapegoat, which is probably we recorded that drum wise before them 2 songs. So thank God we did because the response has been really good.
Well, and what 10,000 streams for Scapegoat's not a bad effort.
It sort of sat there for a while, and we sort of forgot about it. And then I did vocals for it. I don't know what happened. I just decided that I wanted to do vocals for it, see what happens, and everyone did it. And then we went, okay, let's release it.
Yeah, big credit to Bo for that one because he said, like you said, he did the vocals and sent it through to us, and we all listened to it and just went, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. I think that might have been why we sort of halted a little bit, is because I think with vocally it wasn't really working. And we sort of, Bo got inspired. Next thing you know.
Yeah. It's a very, very aggressive song, which I love, just pure aggression, and it really shows in the style of the song. And it's a great hit live as well. When we play it live, people go nuts and they love it. They sing along with the chorus, they headbang at the breakdown and jump around. It's great.
Sometimes that's all it takes, like just one little thing in life, or something happens and you just go, I want to write about that, and then it just creates this angry song, and you're just like, fuck, love that.
Oh, and letting out your anger in music, getting your emotions out there, sort of. And if something's pissed you off or something that's happened in life, put it into a song, and 9 times out of 10 it's gonna work. And obviously, Scapegoat has worked.
Yeah.
And
that's the best thing about music.
Yep. And that chorus, I mean, all the lead up even to that chorus is just groundbreaking. Just I think with Scapegoat, I think it's probably my favourite song of those 4 releases. So Never Have I Ever, Nether, Scapegoat, and Meteor. I feel like Scapegoat's probably my favourite of the 4. Not to say the other 3 aren't good songs. They're great songs, but I think I love an aggressive metal song.
Yeah, they're those 4 songs were like, they're all different. Like they've all got a different element to them. Like Never Have I Ever, although it's sort of similar in the sense that it's an angry song. Like Nether and Meteorite, they're a bit more conceptual songs. We sort of took a different approach with all of them, and ended up coming back around again to Scapegoat, funnily enough, which was just a straight out heavy song. Yeah, and we loved it, and people seem to love it too. So it's definitely one of those things, man, where you sort of branch out and try different things, and then you go, okay, well, this works, and then when you come together for an EP, you go, okay, so this is what we've taken away from those 4, and you sort of put it all together.
And of course, Scapegoat and Meteorite both made last year's end of year countdown. Meteorite couldn't do what no other band has done, though. Just got beaten out by No Life. It was close. It was like, oh shit. No Life, Total Buzzkill, or Diskust. It's like, fuck, what do I do here?
That's right. Don't mind losing to those boys.
But
just joking. Yes, I do.
I'll play 3 though.
It's getting personal now. Oh, a bit of a box on is there going to be between No Life and Diskust. I would actually pay good money to see that. Connor versus Trots, and maybe Mitch in there as well. I would actually pay to see that happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but well, no comment. That's interesting.
We don't want beef.
Yeah, actually, probably a good thing not to have beef.
Nothing but love here, Sam.
Yes. No, there's been too much beef. Let's not go into the beef in the scene we've seen in the last 6 months or so for a few bands that have had issues that will remain nameless. Amity. I'm sorry. Cough.
Oh, drop a bomb.
I said Amity. I didn't say the other part, but that was one of the ones. There's been a couple of other Aussies, but yeah, let's get off that topic before I get into shit, is probably the best way of putting it. So, of course, the other thing I just want to touch base on as well, and I think the most promising thing that I love about having gotten to know Diskust, and this is not, I'm not being biased or sucking up, but the development of Diskust, bringing in Tyler on bass, I mean, seeing you from when you released, obviously, A Dark Place to now, it's actually been a privilege to see you guys grow in stature.
Well, thanks, man.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you.
And
obviously, there's been some things in there that were beyond our control. They weren't all of our decisions, but you know, I think that we've handled things the best way that we could, and sort of taken what we could away from those situations, and tried to move forward, you know, to the best of our ability. And obviously Tyler was playing; he was filling in for guitar for us when Jace was away doing his surgeries and whatnot. So he already knew all the songs. He was already in Awake in Time, so we knew he was great on guitar. We knew that he had great abilities. So we were just like, dude, you know, bass positions come up. Why don't you jump in? And he was like, yep, I don't have a bass, but so he had to go and buy a bass. And yeah, sort of rest is history, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, it was a no-brainer. It was like one of those things where it was like, we saw, you know, I think when Tyler was asked, it was like, oh yeah, I was waiting for this anyway, really. You know, like it was gonna happen. It was regardless. So, yeah, I think now, like, you know, because even before I joined Diskust, you know, I was following them and listening to the music and stuff like that. And like, I think now the lineup's, you know, solid. We all get along like, you know, like we're brothers, and yeah, it's good. No, we're all one big happy family, mate.
It's definitely the best place that Disgust has ever been. As a
We've never had arguments like,
No.
you know, ever since we've had this lineup, we haven't had one single argument.
No.
We give each other a lot of shit, no doubt. But that's all part of the fun, right? But
God, if you're not having fun or giving each other shit, then it's like you have to be serious to some degree. But if you're serious all the time, then it gets too boring. Well, not boring's not the word I'm looking for, but it's like you don't want to have fun or you don't want to
yeah,
give each other shit. That's part of life.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly right.
oh man, even when we go on tour, you know, we have like the best time.
Yeah.
You know? So it's good. It's a good place to be.
I also think the other thing, like, and I can try and think of a few bands off the top of my head that have the instance where they have another member living in another state. Haraway, probably a good example. From Sydney, I didn't realise the guitarist is now in Melbourne. Very similar to Disgust, because of course Kyle's in Geelong. But I think we've had to adapt in a way to, you know, quite a few bands having members spread out all over Australia. And I guess obviously it has worked for Disgust. And obviously Kyle's got contacts in Geelong and in Melbourne. And I think, yeah, I think some bands had that happen where a member had moved to another state or moved away. It might have not been able to happen as well as it has with Disgust. I think it's almost worked in your favour.
I think if it wasn't Kyle, if it was any other one of us, it wouldn't work. I think.
Yeah.
Kyle, it just happens to be like Kyle is just able to make it work. You know, he's. I don't want to bring up money, but I mean, like, you know, he is a lot better off than the rest of us, so he is able to fly out and do what he needs to do, you know, within reason. So for the rest of us, I think that would be a little bit more difficult if it was any one of us. So luckily, the poorer ones, yeah, hasn't.
Trying to think if there was a better word to use than the poorer ones. I don't think there actually would have been an easier word.
Well, I think more so what it was too, when this all came up that Kyle was, you know, going to go down there. We sort of said to him, oh, you know, I think that sort of the first thing that came to up in conversation was, do you want to still do the? Are you still going to be in Disgust? And then he's like, yeah, we're still going to do Disgust. And then that was it. So we just tackled it head on, you know. We had no choice. But there was no way we were going to get rid of Kyle or look for another guitarist. So we've just tackled it head on, really, and it's worked really well for us. Like, it's been fun. Yeah, we might not, you know, jam as much as we probably used to, or But when we get a show, we all work together and get to where we need to be to do a show. But I'm actually surprised at how little it hasn't held us up a whole lot.
No,
Um,
I don't think it's held us up at all.
yeah,
Still 110% dedicated, and wherever he needs to go to get together with us, he's there at the drop of a hat,
And he also does so much for the band. Like, he is integral in what we do. Like, he's the one, running our social media. He's the one that, has all the connections down there in Melbourne, and he does a lot behind the scenes that the rest of us just can't do, frankly.
Yeah.
He does a lot for the band. So, yeah.
To be fair, Kyle has connections everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like, not just up here and down in Melbourne, he's got connections all over the country. He's a networking genius when it comes to this music stuff.
Doesn't surprise me at all with Kyle.
He's the networking bloke. He gets the shit done, man.
Yeah. So it's not like he just fucking moved to Melbourne and was like, okay, you guys deal with it. Like, he's taken everything, and he's doing so much from where he is, knowing that he's over there where he is. You know what I mean?
Mm. And and I think that's awesome, and that he has all those connections, because I don't think there's many people in Melbourne who wouldn't actually know who Kyle is, whether you're in a band or not. Like, I think everyone would know him or know who he is at least.
So
they definitely would. Yeah.
Go back one question to the new 25. He'll shoot us if we don't give it a plug, but we've got new merch as well.
Oh,
He put a lot of work into getting that organised for us. So he organises all of that for us.
Yeah.
So we've got new merch. So there you go.
Yeah. So Kyle, if you watch this, we do mention it. Tyler mentions it. However long into the interview it is, I don't even know how long we've been talking. It hasn't felt long, but
just jump on the big cartel.
Yeah.
Big cartel Diskust.
Yeah, we'll come to a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam needs to stop buying merch. I think I'd said I've got enough stuff in my wardrobe, and then last week went to a gig and bought 2 shirts. I'm like, why have I just done this when there's plenty of shirts to wear in the wardrobe?
And we've got new shirts for you too, Sam. Don't worry, mate. So,
oh no, don't say that, Bo.
Well, you've got that wallet out, mate.
And someone asked me this very question about like shirts and all that. My brother goes, "Do you actually have any shirts you wear that isn't band merch?" I'm like, maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I got my work shirts. That's the only shirts that I wear that don't have a band name on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably the same there, Tyler. My golf club shirts are probably the only thing that doesn't have a band on it. Actually, don't let them hear this. They might get ideas and say, hey, let's put a band name on the back of our logo or something. But no, they probably won't watch this, I wouldn't think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Disgust. Just put it on the back. It's like, Warrigal Golf Club. Disgust. But no, merch, yeah. Merch is great. I love buying any merch, whether it's, stubby holders, whether it's, beanies, hats, hoodies, shirts, whatever it is. Any bit helps the band out, obviously.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think I've even got a bottle opener from Diskust, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have Jace's mask as well that he gave me at the last Melbourne show.
How'd you get that?
Jace gave it to him.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Jace was like, here you go. I'm like, okay.
They suddenly trying to tell us that he wanted out. Like, just give it
I won't be needing this anymore.
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing I've ever been given. Like, I've been given some interesting stuff at gigs. I've never been given someone's mask they wore on the actual night.
There you go. That's nice.
Yeah.
Personal.
Yeah. I mean, I've been given guitar picks. Trots gave me his drum sticks at the Stay Gold show that are still in my room somewhere. Can't see it because my door's closed, but it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Oh. All right. Describe Disgust in 3 words.
Heavy,
But soft.
but soft. Yeah, we're all big teddy bears.
Real.
Yeah,
Real?
yeah, real.
Beers.
Beers.
Beers, yes. Fucking oath.
Beers.
I think we said like 4 or 5 now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a tough question to describe the whole band in 3 words. Oh, come on, somebody else talk here. Fuck.
Yeah.
I would say real. We each do.
What was that?
We each do a word.
Yeah, there's 3 of us. Let's
3
all
of
think
us.
a
We
word.
each do. I said real.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
I like those words though, like real, teddy bears, beers.
We're all passionate about what we're doing, and that's going to show in the new stuff that we're releasing. Because we're all real passionate about what we're doing.
Yeah.
And if you weren't passionate about what you're doing, why the fuck are you doing it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that statement there, Tyler. I mean, if your heart's not in it, if you're not passionate about it, then choose another path, like, I don't know, get into accounting or, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry to any accountants out there, by the way, that are watching this. But no, I think passion is a huge thing, and I think obviously the times I've seen Diskust, very passionate on stage, and always love seeing them. But the interesting thing that was brought up there is, well, sort of the real part, but also the teddy bears, because I think a lot of people, and I know I was in this boat, like when I first approached metal bands that scream in my face. I think we forget that these people that scream in your face are just normal human beings off the stage.
Well, for example,
Define normal.
Okay. Like genuine human beings, like nice people. That was what I was trying to refer it to, Bo, actually.
for example, my mum has met Bo a few times, and my mum does not have a bad word to say about Bo. And then she's come to a couple of shows, and she said,
know me
she said afterwards, she goes, "Is that really lovely man that I met at your house?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's him." She goes, "I would not have thought that is him. That's not Bo. That's not." I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's Bo." But he sounds angry on stage. But he's such a lovely man.
But it's true, like, I mean, you know, you think at the end of the day, and I've found this with everyone I've come into contact with, whether metal bands or not metal bands, but I find that their stage persona, and then when they get off the stage, you have a conversation with them totally different to what you see on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, when we're on stage, man, we're like businessmen, mate.
Yeah,
we got a job to do, mate. We got a job to do, you know.
As soon as you walk up those steps and step onto that stage, it's just
business.
Boom.
Yeah.
We're here to fuck shit up.
You just click into another mode.
Yeah.
But after that, she's all, all hunky dory.
Yeah. No, and the metal bands do love a chat. I know Diskust certainly do after a show. I'm going to think of a few others that should remain nameless. Just leave that one, Sam. But there's a certain person from Melbourne or who's not in a metal band but a hard rock band that I'd gone to see his band live, and he said, "Oh, you can stay at my place after the gig," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't realise we'd then go to Macca's for something to eat, and he'd sit there and chew my ear off for nearly an hour. And
Ah,
look, don't get me wrong, this guy's a great bloke and all that. I'm just like, I thought we were going back to your place, not going to Macca's, and I thought, no, I can't say anything because really, he was doing me a favour. So
After
yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
any time, right? It doesn't matter what city we're in and whether we've hired a car or we're in a cab. It's stop at that Macca's.
Yeah. Yeah.
quick fast food. Well, the fast part of it's questionable.
Yeah.
In the city, it seems to be very quick. In the country, the food, it's not fast food down here.
I don't know how it is for you guys, but I'm fucking just ravenous after a show.
Yeah, man.
I'm the same. Yeah.
As soon as we get into that car and we're leaving the venue, it's like, fuck, I could eat a horse.
Yeah. I don't.
And chase the rider. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess also the fact that most times Diskust are headliners or second last band, I guess you've got to be there for sound check 2 hours before and all that. It might be 3 or 4 hours between when you arrive at the venue and when you can actually get something to eat. So I'm not surprised you're ravenous.
There's
after a show.
nothing worse.
That's true.
There's nothing worse than playing a show like, and then you have a feed before, and
Yeah.
you're like full, and then you play a show. It's no good.
Like,
Yeah, I eat pretty light
It's,
today. Well, I try to eat pretty light through the day, so I'm not jumping around with a full stomach. So I'm usually pretty hungry after we finish. Yeah.
I've even done some stupid things and like gone and had something to eat after the show, but nothing before, and I just feel like, oh, that doesn't sit well when you're sort of a 5 or 6 band lineup. It's all right if
Yeah.
it's 2, you could probably go with it, but yeah, 5 or 6, 4 or 5 hours without something to eat's probably not a good idea.
No, you got to get some chips and aioli.
5 bands, 12 to 15 beers.
That's right.
a typical night when Diskust is on tour, a typical night is all back in the cab or wherever we are, 3 Maccas to the hotel, and then we're all drinking beers and eating Maccas in the hotel. That's the typical after show thing for Diskust. So
Yeah.
and I know we're not the only ones.
No, I'm
And
We're
then
not the only band that does it.
Yeah.
Bo goes to bed early, and everyone's like, "Oh, here goes Bo. He's going to bed early."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I go to bed pretty early. Like, not obviously not after gigs because I got to get home 9 times out of 10. But yeah, once like if I've been to 1 or 2 in a row, I just flop the next night. I'm just like I can't stay up past 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 2 gig in 2 days kills me, I think. And I've done it a few times already this year. It's just like, yep, I'm wrecked. But
Yeah, it's going to be us next weekend. We've got rehearsals on the Thursday night, and then we're playing Friday, and then the Saturday. Yeah, we'll be looking for some sleep on Sunday, I can tell you that.
Because doing his drum clinic in Brisbane on Wednesday
I was
night.
gonna say,
Oh, yeah, and that, yeah. Yeah.
I'm back with Jace finishing off bass tracking after work on Wednesday night.
oh,
And then
True.
I
Yeah.
left the airport on Wednesday night too. Halfway into the bloody Origin decider. And
Origin decider, yes.
and then Thursday rehearsal, Friday, Saturday gigs, and oh man. So yeah, definitely on Sunday I'm going to be a zombie.
Yeah, what's my
Yes.
week? I've only got 1 gig at the moment. It depends on next Sunday with interview and work. But there's a show in Melbourne on Sunday night. And they're like, "Are you going?" I'm like, "If I'm not too wrecked from the weekend, I might go, but it's like 2 in 2 days again. It's just, yeah, too old for this shit. No, not really.
Takes a toll, man.
It does.
So,
Maybe I should start staying in Melbourne tonight. Might be the other alternative. Find a hotel.
yeah, I
or
would do
something.
that.
But no, I do it because I love it. I mean, obviously, a lot of these bands that I go and see have jumped on for a chat and struck up pretty good friendships with over the last few years, and you want to do what you can to support them, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Most definitely.
Mm. And I mean, like, if Diskust were playing a gig next week, I'd go in Melbourne.
Well, we are.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Open ears, try.
You got me like excited then, Sam.
That'd be funny. It's like No Life for playing the same night in Melbourne, and I'm just at Fortitude Valley. They're like, "Where the hell's Sam?" Up
Man,
to
it makes
west.
sense to me.
I should get back up to Queensland. Stop being a wuss, Sam, and get up there. I mean,
Yeah, so-
It's cool, actually. We've actually got some people coming from Sydney up to come see us, which is cool.
so if Sydney to Brisbane would be, that's a long way, actually.
12-hour drive.
Oof, yeah.
Mm.
So Melbourne to Sydney's 12 hours. So yeah, Brisbane to Sydney, pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a more exciting drive from Brisbane to Sydney, though. That's Sydney to Brisbane, should I say?
Brisbane to Sydney and back is boring as batshit, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's horrible.
Oh,
Horrible drive.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, fuck.
I love it.
Shut
I
up.
love driving. There's something wrong with him.
Shut your fucking noise, damage.
He wanted to drive to Perth.
Oh.
Who would do that?
Oh, yeah, that is actually quite a long way from
Suppose a truck
Brisbane.
driver, so what do you do?
Well, there was a Perth band that drove for a punk band that played with Outer Worlds earlier this year that I was talking to them and I go, oh, like, you flew from Perth to Adelaide? They're like, nah, we drove from Perth to Adelaide and then Adelaide to Melbourne. I'm like, are you fucking
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
If Bo had his way, that's what we would fucking do as well.
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nah, not a chance, man.
Hell yeah.
He's fucking playing window, mate. And it takes a tenth of the time.
Would it be? No, it wouldn't be cheaper to drive from Brisbane to Perth than fly from Brisbane to Perth. Even though airfares are quite dear, I still think it'd be cheaper.
Yeah, probably would be.
Yes, that would be the mother of all road trips, Brisbane to Perth. I don't know how many days that would be.
I couldn't
It's a
think
lot.
about them. Yeah.
Couple of days.
Couple of days.
Yeah.
That might test the band's friendship and that.
No, we're pretty good.
Yeah,
We can put up with each other. We're
Yeah.
good.
That truck driver.
Yeah, fuck true. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, fuck me. Kyle and Tyler on the piss together. Oh my god.
Don't.
That's giving us some ideas, I think, is it?
Oh.
Get Tyler and
Yeah,
Kyle
Kyle.
pissed.
Since high school. So,
No, I'm flying. I'm flying every day of the week. I'm flying. Yeah.
Alcohol does some funny things to some people. Not that I encourage drinking. I do drink, but I'm not actually drinking at the moment. I need to be the professional on this side. Even though some would question my professionalism with being a podcaster because I talk so much shit and so much banter, but
Out of it.
yeah, it's part and parcel.
fuck, an hour already? Is that no? That's not been an hour, has it?
Yeah, 12.
Hour 12? No, fuck. No, not literally Trots. I mean, fuck off. It's not been an hour and 12 minutes.
No, fuck off, Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
No. The time goes way too quick with these interviews with Diskust, and this is no exception. I mean, it feels like we only just fucking started. Well, I've only really got 2 more questions because we got through so much in that hour and 12. And then, of course, Tyler, Bo, and Trots have the floor. And so I'll give you about 10 more minutes to think of something. I won't put you on the spot right now. Which band would you like to be the support act for?
Big band.
Can be any band, big, small, overseas, Australian.
This would change every day for me.
Pale face or Kublai Khan.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Those are
Oh.
Yeah. So many.
yeah.
It's bloody hard. And obviously we're playing in Diskust.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that part of it. Actually, yeah. So you're playing in Diskust.
We're playing in Diskust. I would want to play with, I don't know, maybe like Whitechapel or something. Be cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. Especially
Just because I reckon Bo and Phil vocally, just yeah.
Especially with the new stuff, man. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go Whitechapel, I reckon.
Some good choices there, Kublai, Powerface, and Whitechapel.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. Band that I would like to support. There's so many of them. Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'm a big fan of Iceland Kills too. I reckon we'd go well with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, while Bo's walking back.
Oh yeah.
Just the tinny going across the screen there, Tyler. It's like telling you something, Bo. The old group. What? The Great Northern, is it? No.
Great Northerns, mate. Yep.
Oh, I was right.
Here from up here.
Ireland.
Crispy Marl.
Sunday afternoon chill and a Sunday afternoon drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But honestly, if there was one band that I wish that I could open for, I'd love to open for Metallica. Right? I reckon.
Well, I was going to say that, but I thought that was just a really obvious choice.
Nah, it is an obvious and cliche thing, but like, man, I think that's what like every metal band dreams of. They like, oh fuck
yeah.
They're just it. Anybody thinks of heavy metal, and even people that don't listen to heavy metal, as soon as you mention heavy metal, oh, Metallica, you know?
Yeah.
Such a but I'd fucking love to open a show for Metallica. Big stadium show. Yeah.
And I mean, I saw Metallica with Lamb of God and Baroness, and this is going back. Fuck.
Oh.
Definitely many days.
2010 that was.
Yeah. I'll also be seeing them when they come over in November. That'll be great.
Is that with Evanescence and who was the other band? Oh yeah. Is there I don't think there's an Australian support, is there? I don't think.
There probably would be, but they usually don't announce it.
No. But yeah, that should be good. It's an interesting lineup though, Evanescence with Metallica. I guess it could work.
Yeah, I reckon it'll work. I'm actually pretty excited to see Evanescence. Yeah, I always listened to them. Yeah, way back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, they're a good band.
Yeah.
Fallen, that was their debut album, Fallen, with like Going Under and Bring Me to Life.
Yeah.
Bangers.
Yeah.
Now, I think it was Bring Me to Life that was off the Daredevil movie soundtrack, or was it My Immortal? It was one of them.
Oh, I've got no clue, but Bring Me to Life, that'd be a road trip staple for sure.
Mm.
Everybody's singing it.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, life. Originally there wasn't going to be a guy screamer on it,
Huh?
and
Didn't know
the label that they were operating through to do Bring Me to Life said no, there has to be a male voice on this song.
Huh?
Otherwise, we don't want to touch it. So they just got some random guy in to do
Imagine
it.
saying that in 2025.
I know.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
There weren't many metal vocalists that were female back in 2003 in Australia. Now, fuck, where do you start? I mean,
Oh,
But it's so good to see,
It's
though.
so good.
It's really good.
Ginger is one of my favourite bands,
Yeah.
man. Like, and you know, Tatiana from Ginger, she's fucking excellent.
Spirit Box.
Spirit Box as well, cool.
Oh.
Spirit Box, yeah.
Yeah. Not Enough Space. I mean, there's like a whole bunch of like metal screaming females coming out now, and it's just so good to see. Like there always has been, but there's just been an uprising of so many bands with them now.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is.
and I mean, there's quite a few in Australia. I mean, Crave, for example.
Right.
I mean, Last Martyr, Future
Okay.
Static. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think with Last Martyr, I think Monica's screaming really gels well with their style of music, because I think like I was a huge Last Martyr fan before I interviewed them, and now I feel like I'm a bigger fan than what I was before, which is 99.5% of the bands I interview, I'm a bigger fan of them after I've interviewed them. There's only Disgust was sort of like on the edge. Like, I was a huge fan before, but I don't know if I'm a bigger fan now or what I was before. Disgust and maybe like Ocean Sleep are probably the only two that I was a bigger fan before I interviewed them. I don't know. It's hard to describe, really.
Mm.
But either way, I love Disgust, if people haven't picked that up, obviously.
Thanks, man.
But no, Metallica. I think Metallica's the Parkway Drive of, like, if people say who would they want to support as an Australian band, everyone would say Parkway Drive. Metallica's that case. I think, yeah, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Slayer, any of those.
Hell yeah.
Slipknot, would they be on the, join Masks? Two bands with masks in them?
Token. Sleep Token. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd fucking jump on that in a heartbeat, mate. You wouldn't even have to ask, you just tell us. And we're there.
All right.
Tell us where and when.
Anyone got contacts with Slipknot? I don't. So
No.
no help there.
We're boys, we go way back.
Me and Corey were in high school. No, not really. And the last question is, where do you see Disgust? And I might open this to Awake in Time as well, because Tyler and Trots are both in Awake in Time and Disgust. Where do you see both bands in 5 years' time?
Oh,
Hopefully still together.
mm,
I don't know.
hopefully.
I don't know where I want us to be.
Yeah, it's especially in this game, like in the metal game, it's hard to sort of where you will see yourself. Obviously, we've got the goals of where we want to be. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you sort of get like more realistic about it as you go.
Yeah,
Like, when you
obviously.
start out, you're like, oh, I want world domination, but then
Yeah,
as you
exactly
go,
right.
like 6 years later, you're like,
For me, I just want to still be releasing music and hitting the road with the lads. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's the goal of both bands, right? Hit the roads, play shows, and just do what we love and have fun what we're doing. That is the goal.
No, very valid points there, Trots, Tyler, Bo. I think if you're still loving what you're doing and traveling and playing gigs, I think that's very important. Still passionate about what you do. There's been some bands where members have either left because they've had other things come up, like, family commitments or job commitments, and things do change. But if you're still passionate about it, then why not?
Yeah, exactly right. And
Yeah,
I think as well, we'd like to dip our toes maybe into international waters as well. We've been talking about that, over probably the last 6 months. Going to New Zealand, and we'd love to go to Japan and Europe and whatnot. Japan, yeah. New Zealand would probably be the most obvious one for us first. Obviously, like I'm from New Zealand. I've got family and connections over there in the music scene and whatnot. So we could probably sort something out quite easily, as opposed to other international places. Yeah, definitely over the next few years, we'd love to start delving into that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's New Zealand, I reckon, is a good starting point. Not just given that you're originally from New Zealand, Tyler, but also your connections. I think we've seen it. It's so hard to break into the Europe and the US Asia scene. I mean, few have done it, and they've done brilliantly with it.
Yeah.
But I think, New Zealand, given it's also very close to Australia, Melbourne to New Zealand's only like 3 hours by plane, or not even that, probably.
Yeah.
And and some amazing talent coming out of New Zealand at the moment. I mentioned No Life, obviously, earlier. You got Alien Weaponry in their image. Crooked Royals, who just dropped Catch 22 on Thursday. I think I've got my dates wrong again, which wouldn't surprise me. But no, there's a lot of good, some great venues over there as well, I've heard.
Yeah. I went and saw a few bands a couple of years ago when I was in Christchurch, and there was a venue over there called the 12 Bar. I'm not sure if it's still open, but that was a brilliant venue. And there was actually a couple of Aussie bands playing that night. There was Distant Tomb from Brisbane, and there was another. What was the other band called? Hysterectomy or something? The slam band from Newcastle. I think they were called Hysterectomy.
It's an interesting name for a band.
That was fucking awesome, man. And the vibe over there as well in the metal scene. The little bits that I've seen of it, and when I went to gigs and whatnot, they were fucking awesome.
Hysterectomy. I know there's a band called Organectomy, but
I'm pretty sure they're from Christchurch. Those Organectomy boys. They played on that show as well, and they were awesome too.
I think the strangest name I've heard for a band in Australia is called Cunt Squad, and it's not even spelt the way it actually is meant to be spelled. It's spelled KUNTSQUAD. So they've replaced the K with the C. But no, there's some interesting names band-wise, and I reckon that'd be one of the most difficult choices. What to call your band that hasn't already been taken is probably the other equation.
Yeah, what to call your band and what not to call your band.
There are so many bands in Australia right at the moment that have "the" in the title. I think that's been done. No, the Diskust doesn't work. It just has to be discussed.
Oh yeah,
I like word things. If you haven't noticed, a lot of the song names are one word. I like snappy. That's why when I came up with the Disgust, I was like, just one word with a K.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. I hadn't even thought about it that way, Bo. Outside of Cutthroat, well, technically Cutthroat's still one word because it's hyphenated, technically.
Yeah.
Burning Alive, Dead World, obviously, are 2 words. Obviously.
Exception.
No,
But most are one word.
Hmm. I reckon I'd almost go say your 2-word songs are better, but that's a bit of a kick in the guts to some of the others. But all right, well, Sam's asked Tyler Bow trots all the hard-hitting questions. Now the tables get turned around, so now Sam is the person that answers the question. I still haven't thought of a word that is the question answerer person, but you know what the floor's yours. There we go.
I have one. So you love interviewing bands. Sorry, I've had a few beers, but you love interviewing bands. That's the thing that you love doing, right? So do you like a band, in your opinion, more or less after you met them in person? So like say once you break that veil, does that change your opinion? Do you like them more or less, or
I love that question, Bo, and it's something that I've honestly never been asked before. Look, I find that when I've, interviewed the band and then met them in person, for example, Diskust, honestly, I've liked nearly every band more than I did before I met them.
Yeah, cool.
And in Disgust case, like when I first met Disgust, which were one of the first actual bands I met, the others being Awake in Time, funnily enough, that played that Stay Gold show, and I think might have been Deadweight, the other one that I'd met before all the others. And I think the moment I met Disgust, it was sort of like we'd spoken through Messenger, we'd spoken obviously. I think we'd done one interview with Jason Trotz maybe before that Stay Gold show. And straight away I was like, here's a band that I've interviewed and chatted to that I just see as being what I expected them to be. As good people. And there are so many people in the music scene that I feel like we can have a 2-minute chat, 5-minute chat, or just cross paths and just nod our heads, and they have the respect of me, and they respect what I do, and I think that in itself is the most important thing in the scene.
Yeah.
There you go.
But in the Ocean Sleeper, I would put Ocean Sleeper pretty high up on the pedestal, right? Like they're a pretty big band. Like when you meet bands like that, like does it change your perception of? Because you see these bands, you see them on stage, you watch live videos, you're like, oh, that you have a perception about them, and then when you meet them, it's that, as I said, like you're breaking that veil almost. Yeah. Does it change your perception of bands?
It does to a degree, and this is no disrespect to the higher up bands, and I think Ocean Sleeper is a perfect example of, a band that, 12 months ago, like, were still a band trying to get themselves out there from Gippsland, and now, I mean, they're fucking touring the USA next month or September, whenever it is. I think what I always have the feeling is that now that this band has become big, at the end of the day, they're no different to a smaller band like a Disgust, like a Deadweight 80, like a Outer Worlds. They're just normal human beings, and they shouldn't think they're better than everyone else. And if Ione and Stan and Carl and that are watching this, I've never found Ocean Sleeper to think they're better than anyone else. I feel like they're just country boys from Sale that are starting to put in the hard yards and become the biggest band in this state, almost.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, that's my question.
I love the question, and it's definitely one I've never been asked before, Bo, and Yeah, I'd be happy to answer that again.
All right. Out of us three, you got to fuck one, marry one, kill one.
Shit, so that's yeah. I'm dead either way with whatever my answer with that is.
I suppose my question to you, Sam, is after all this time that you've been doing what you're doing and the support that you put into the local scene and whatnot, not only down your way but everywhere in the country, like every other day almost, you're sharing bands, content and new songs and new releases and whatnot. But what gives you, or what keeps you passionate and what keeps giving you the drive to keep doing what you're doing?
Good. Oh, fuck, I thought Bose was. What drives me to keep doing this? I think what drives me to keep doing this, Tyler, is that, I've come so far and, there was that 4-month break or whatever it was last year, which is literally the longest time I've taken without actually doing a podcast or interviewing bands. But I think what drives me is the fact that there's so much fucking good music in this country at the moment.
Mm.
And it's not just New South Wales, it's not just Victoria. I mean, Queensland, WA, South Australia producing the best fucking music that what it drives me to do better and drives me to keep up this support because I can't take my foot off the pedal even for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, like I said, everybody has a support that you put out there into the scene, mate. It doesn't go unnoticed.
No. And look, the respect I have for everyone in the scene, I mean, there's a lot of people I still haven't met and might never, but I think if one band sees it, that means more than people will ever know, because if one band has said it, it means that they appreciate the support I've done. And I know there are more than one band out there. I realise that, obviously. But, you respect what I do. I respect you. There's no issues there. And Diskust have earned my respect. I respect you guys as much as any band in the scene.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
But yeah, I've loved both of those questions. And I like both the one that Bo asked and Tyler. I think Trots, that's a pretty hard that's pretty hard to follow, but I'm intrigued.
I got something for you. So I think everyone knows Sam, right? Everyone knows what he likes to do. He likes to go to local metal gigs. He likes to support the local scene. Let's take all that away, right? Let's take all the music away. What would Sam be doing if it wasn't for what you're doing now? And besides radio and podcasts and stuff like that, take that out as well.
Whoa, fuck, I mean, I just said I didn't know how Trots was going to follow Tyler and Bo's question. You've just blown that out of the water.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. What would Sam be doing if he wasn't doing podcasting and radio? Fuck.
Or supporting the local scene.
Or supporting
everything you're doing now, take that away. What else? What else fires you up and gets you going? Like what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and fuck, I didn't prepare for this, did I? Very well. What would I do? I'd probably, I don't know, be getting into sports more. Like, I mean, we talked about State of Origin before, being a Queenslander originally.
Yeah.
Like, ever since I've started getting into live music and all that, sports sort of been on the back burner due to that word COVID that I thought I'd never say again in the podcast. But I think it'd have to do something with sport, like, or movies, because they're two passions outside of music that I have.
Okay, cool.
But wow, 3 questions that have never been asked and really put Sam on the spot, but I like it.
What sport would you play, Sam?
What sport? I think it's got to be basketball because as a kid I used to play basketball a fair bit and was a massive Michael Jordan fan back in the 90s, showing my age again. Um, but yeah, basketball because I played for like 7 or 8 years and really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
No,
nice.
very good. Nice.
Very good.
Just on the movies thing, I'm also a big movie buff. What's your favorite genre of movies?
A lot of people don't like me for this, but I love horror movies.
Oh, literally,
These guys don't shut up about them.
like horror movies. Who doesn't like you for that?
They will remain nameless. I don't want to defame them on YouTube.
What's your favorite? Oh, we could talk for hours about
Oh
this.
god, this could go for 4 hours if we start on horror movies. Favorite horror movie or favorite franchise? I just love Saw. I know I'm twisted and
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, especially given that the first movie was directed by 2 Aussies as well. That's even better.
Yeah. Have you seen Talk to Me and Bring Her Back?
I haven't seen Bring Her Back. I have seen Talk to Me. I was going to say Bring Her Back, and then it finished up at our cinema.
Oh, it's a step above Talk to Me in my opinion. It's really, really good. Again, Aussie directors, but
Another franchise of that Talk to Me thing, is it? Or-
yeah, Bring Her Back.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's not like a sequel. It's like the same guys made a new movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right,
yeah,
right.
really, really fucking good. Yeah. Anyway, we can't wrap it up.
I'll tell you a horror movie that I did enjoy, and I don't even know if it's classed as horror. It's probably black comedy / thriller / everything else. But Parasite.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Again, controversial opinion. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm like, how can you hate this movie?
It's not really a horror, I wouldn't say, but it's certainly a thriller. Yeah.
Mate, both Bo and Jace absolutely love horror
Oh
films.
yeah. Like,
So we've got, obviously, as every band would, we've got our group chat going. And I'll open it some days and there's like 70 unread messages and it's just Bo and Jace going on about fucking horror movies.
I take it you're not a horror buff, Trots, by the...
I'm not really a movie guy, mate.
No, okay.
No, sorry.
But there's been some good horror films. There's been some horror films I've watched and gone, what the fuck was that? I mean, anything done by the guy that did Human Centipede is just messed up. But
Yeah.
And what's the guy that did Hereditary and Midsummer? Like, I loved Hereditary, but Midsummer was fucked up beyond.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I can't remember his name either, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah,
Look,
great.
Yeah. Look, it took me a long while to actually get into Midsummer, but just the stuff that happens in that movie, I was sort of like, look, I'm a horror buff, but there's certain things I cannot stomach, and I thought I'd seen it all in Human Centipede, but...
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We probably should stop talking about horror movies because I feel like this will be the longest interview in history.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I do get asked is, what don't I like about podcast interviews? It's the end. I don't like the end. I wish it could just keep going and going and going, but I don't think YouTube would like that very much if it went for 24 hours. But Trots, just about to say Michael, that is Trots, you idiots there. Trots, Tyler, and Bo from Diskust. It's been an absolute pleasure as always.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having us on again, eh?
Really
No.
appreciate everything you do, mate.
Yeah, it's been a good yarn, mate.
No, it hasn't felt like as long as it has. It's felt like 10 seconds, obviously, as it always does. And the Diskust guys know they're always welcome back on. Not next week, but definitely in the future.
Why?
It's like, here's Diskust for the 5th time.
Yeah.
Nah, thanks again, and hopefully we see you out on the road with these new songs, man.
Yes. Hopefully I'll see you at Drencher as well.
Let's go.
We're trying to go for that number 1 spot.
Yeah.
All right?
Number one.
Yes.
We might get it.
Well, Diskust, we got a couple of countdowns coming up in this year. Where will they feature? That's not going to be an easy one. The best songs from bands I've interviewed. That's going to be fucking difficult. But I can tell you this as a spoiler right now. Diskust actually are one of 3 bands with 3 songs in the top 20.
There you go.
Look out.
Now, I won't say who the other 2 are because that will then give away pretty much what else is in the top 20. But, yeah, Diskust have 3 in the top 20 and one of 3 bands. But Trots might actually have 4 and Tyler might have 4 as well. Have I given...
So Wagon Times in there.
Oh, yeah, well... Yes, Sam's giving away spoilers before. That's happening in August, so it'll be posted up on my news feed throughout August. And then the best songs of the decade so far, I'm sure Diskust will have quite a few entries in that as well.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. And make sure you get to Geelong, Sam. We want to see you there.
Yes.
All right. I reckon I could easily put in for leave on the 6th of September.
Yeah.
It's not grand
Yeah.
final weekend.
Yeah.
So.
And we'll switch next weekend too.
Yeah.
Gee,
Apologies, guys. I have to cut you short. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, Trots. We're pretty
Oh,
much wrapping this up now anyway.
Lovely,
so.
man. Good to talk to you again, eh?
Good to chat to Bo, Tyler, and Trots. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll send you a link tomorrow sometime.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, eh?
No worries. Enjoy
Yeah,
your
man.
evening.
Catch ya.
Love
Catch
you, mate.
up. Alright.
You fucking hang
I
up.
don't know how to hang up on this.
Oh, hang on.
Make sure this is in the podcast.
Oh, shit, what am I doing? Press the wrong button.